Hello, this is Wes. Um, I wanted to talk a little bit about my experience playing Elden Ring Nightreign last night. I played it for 3 hours. Um, yeah, I'm a big fan of From Software, um, partly because I like the mood and the atmosphere and the exploration of their games. Um, they're very transporting. Elden Ring Nightreign isn't really about that. It's more of an action game, cooperative that you play with two other people because you have to be in a party of three. The general idea is that each play session takes in-game 3 days, which approximately takes about probably under 40 minutes. Um, and you each time kind of start from the beginning. You level up your character, get items, so that within the small amount of time, so that you can be powerful enough to fight the bosses. Um, that's sort of the general idea. Uh, what kind of complicates this um, sort of straightforward action game is that Elden Ring was sort of at your own pace, and Elden Ring Nightreign is rush, rush, rush as fast as you can. Um, you get more and more skilled at like quickly looking at the power of weapons and making a build. Um, but when you first start out, it's a lot of information sort of thrown at you, play mechanics that you don't quite understand that well because you don't have time to like think. Um, it the game very depends on you knowing how to play Elden Ring and how to control Elden Ring, because then they stack elements on top of that so that um, they can create this game. I don't think anyone coming at it fresh without playing Elden Ring or From Software's older games uh, would have an easy time jumping in. That said, it's just a learning curve, and once you get over that hurdle, the game gets funner and funner as you sort of uh, get a handle on what you're running around in, what places and things are more helpful than others, and the randomness makes it so you can't predict how well you'll do. So you always kind of want to do another try to see if you can get further. And each run gives you like permanent buffs, so it's worth continuing to play. Um, Obviously, this is just a network test. Um, it's interesting because it's just like a little slice of the game, yet it's still you can still play it for like probably a dozen hours before it gets too old. Um, so it'll be interesting once the full game is released. Um, I have a feeling that people will be playing it for hundreds of hours to see everything and to master what the game has in store. Plus, after that, I'm not sure how much longer, but like there's going to be DLC to add even more bosses and more player characters. So um, it seems like it'll be worth the initial $40 to play if you really like online cooperative play. It's very uh, well geared towards that. Another thing that struck me about playing it was that Elden Ring has a million weapons, and when you play it, you usually latch on to a few and don't really experiment too much with all the different ones that they throw at you. So, due to the fact that you don't really experience everything that Elden Ring has to offer, it's kind of great that they're reusing all of those weapons so that in this um, roguelite, because then you get to experiment with all sorts of different weapons and combinations that you never really would get around to in the normal game. Um, so condensing all the breadth of a 120-hour game and down to a 40-minute play session is a worthwhile experience. It's not what I go to Elden Ring for, but it definitely has its appeal. that's mostly what I wanted to say about Elden Ring Nightreign today. Uh, I'll talk about something else, probably not video games, tomorrow.